Test, test. 1, 2, 3. What's up? Looks like we're having a nice little pullback. If you recall the large delta orders last Monday and Tuesday at the 480s and 500s, I do. I remember those sellers, and I said, wait a week or two and see which, normally they're on the right side of history. Those big players, and they can withstand pullbacks. So where are we at? Let's go see. Came back to pre-August levels. We're into the July volume points of control. Okay, pop-up window for that. What's up? You remember those like delta sellers from last Monday and Tuesday at the 500 and 480 region? So it's like generally when you get those like large players in the 600 contracts, they like you come back a week later and they're on sides. Yeah, we just had a 200 lot buyer at 2386. Like somebody closed out 200 of a short, most likely. Yeah. We're surprisingly only a negative 1K in seller delta for that large of a session pullback. That's pretty crazy. Normally, you'd expect to see like a lot of sellers hit. What is it? Let's see. PMI. We basically cleared all of the August volume points of control except one way down at 877. We're back into July points of control.
Absorption ESU 5 CME buyers at 6,395.25.
You can do it.
Absorption ESU 5 CME buyers at 6,397.25. Absorption ESU 5 CME sellers at 63.98.
Yeah, yesterday was garbage. You were lucky to leave out early. I just like it's like it was just a big old nothing burger. Yeah, I was just wanting like even just like 40 ticks or something, but I couldn't even get that. It was like in a 13-point range for like for for like an hour and a half. I was like, all right, well, I'm going to bed.
Sweep NQU5 CME buyers at
Yeah. Well, there's
23,111.75.
sometimes you can even just squeeze out a little bit, you know, with minimum risk. But I like, thankfully, I was risk off on every. I took two and I just paid for the fees and went break even. But I couldn't even like, the most I got was like 30 ticks, and I was like, all right, well, this is not going anywhere. It all counts as most of the firms anyway counted as the same business day anyway, so it doesn't even count as a trading day. So you're better off just waiting. Speaking of which, you got the last day of those 90% if you YOLO a few for that low PA activation fee. I don't know if it's going to provide conditions to do so, but you got well, I mean, like have a setup and take the setup on. I guess the words are for an eval. I'm talking about evals, but oh yeah, of course, it's the worst behavior to get in the habit of. You don't want to be in a habit of that for sure. I'll just put it under my gums, you know. Just taste it. Yeah, it's definitely like a habitual thing and a psychological thing. And yeah, I always wish that I could do nunchucks. My daughter's doing karate. She's learning weapons now on Saturdays. Um, I don't remember the Shinbun, no, it's, I don't know the name of the school, but she's got to be able to Black Widow some dude that approaches her improperly. Don't. Not in Japan, though. I could 3D print one, maybe, but... You can get parts like the things you can't print or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's the guy who killed like Abe or whatever. He made that shit himself. That's cool. I always wanted to do Shorinji Kempo. It was like it was a mix of like Buddhism and Aikido or something. It seemed interesting because you had to learn like mantras at the same time you're learning these other things. It seemed kind of cool. Is that him talking or is that a YouTuber? He's just like... He's like, on double 7.8, getting the style of the week is Casey Kasem. I'm AJ Jacobs. And welcome T.O. to the Tuesday Open. It's almost 10 a.m. Oh, it was of YouTube. Makes sense. That sucks. Did you see the Star Trek one? The homage where the guy... He looked like Matt Damon. I like how their take on like VR or whatever, like with those little nodes they put on the side of their head, like their idea of like your consciousness going into the game, kind of. It makes sense. Like, did you see that weird one with the Falcon guy where he's like playing a fighting game. That was a bit like over the top. I was like, right, right, right. Say what? Yeah, I know China. I was watching a podcast, we watch weekly about China, and China's like, in order to combat their population problem, they want to use like surrogate like robots, and then they want to have like terminals where you can get like free train fare to bust a load into these robots. And so you'd be baby number 746321 working in the factory district at Guangdong or province or whatever, and you're like, don't have a mother or father, or you don't know who they are. It's just some random guy who is drunk after eating noodles, like nutting in a receptacle at a train station to get on his train. Yeah, like they want people to donate their stuff. And so they would offer you incentive to do so. And they have these little robots that look like Cubert. The mouths look like Cubert because look like, you know, it's it's meant to. I think it's an option they're entertaining in order to create like babies to come. They didn't get into the. Yeah, the robot looks like that. And you can imagine what you do. I'll find a picture. Hold up. They were where they were talking about it. They don't clean it.
$200.
Here, I'll. Here we go. Here's the picture. Oops. Yeah. Watch. You could use it to get on the train. Like imagine a bunch of dudes just like bursting. Oh man. It's at about like 55 minutes in, if you want to watch it. What's up, woke corn dog? How's it going? He's like, I got a fare all the way to the end stop. Like they probably give you how far you can go based off your load. Like, you're right. It's like bing, 900. I gotta charge up my card. I'm drinking lots of liquids. They said if you eat pineapple, like you can get a higher score. The like secret police like come and arrest you. You're like, I didn't mean to. They're like, we got you on CCTV. And it's like a 50-year-old woman or something. And it's not even hers, it's some stranger you buy on the internet. Oh, it's like artificial. Just in time. To create like baby number 746321B at Guangzhou Province Factory for textiles. That would just create like identity crisis with humans. Like if you don't even have, you're like raised by a factory. Well, I think that's obviously by design. Like the globalists are just doing that to like disempower and disenfranchise people with like with you know economic wherewithal to make it, dilute the water, if you will, and make everything just kind of like crappy while they make the most money. And we are open.
Sweep ESU 5 CME sellers at 6,397.75. Absorption ESU 5 CME buyers at 6,397.75. Sweep NQU 5 CME buyers at 23,082.
What?
Absorption ESU 5 CME buyers at 63.85.
Bam. Yo. You missed our talk about jerking. I'm still seeing not so much on either side, but
Absorption ESU 5 CME buyers at 6,387.75. Sweep ESU 5 CME buyers at 6,388.25. Absorption ESU 5 CME buyers at 63.87.
mm-hmm.
Absorption ESU 5 CME buyers at 63.96. Sweep ESU 5 CME sellers at
Damn.
6,395.25.
When your platform works for you, you're pretty calm and cool.
Absorption ESU 5 CME buyers at 6,391.25. Sweep ESU 5 CME sellers at 6,390.75. Absorption ESU 5 CME sellers at 63.92. Sweep ESU 5 CME buyers at 63.92. Absorption ESU 5 CME sellers at 63.92.
It's China, but yeah.
Absorption ESU 5 CME buyers at 63.92. Sweep ESU 5 CME sellers at 6,391.75.
They have weird places in Japan with the like soap land and stuff. That's another discussion for another time.
Sweep NQU 5 CME buyers at 23,180.
We just had a 300 lot seller enter 400 lot at 182 and 183. Yeah, it's bouncing off those sellers. Delta slingshot.
Sweep and QU5 CME buyers at 23,205.
Bam. They're turning all those sellers into buyers now.
Absorption ESU5 CME sellers at 6,406.5. Sweep ESU5 CME buyers at 6,406.75. Sweep and QU5 CME buyers at 23,233. Sweep and QU5 CME buyers at 23,235.25. Absorption ESU5 CME sellers at 6410. Sweep and QU5 CME buyers at 23,238.75.
Nice job, Rook.
Absorption ESU5 CME sellers at 6,409.75.
They're finishing the job on some of these sell lots, turning them into buyers up here. Just turned another 200 into buyers. You got another 119 at 250. Looks like it's
Sweep and QU5 CME buyers at 23,240.
Yep.
Absorption ESU5 CME sellers at 6412.
They just hit
Sweep
that
and
250,
QU5 CME buyers at
250.
23,249. Absorption and QU5 CME sellers at 23,249.
They just... Yeah, they just took 415 in buy side.
Sweep and QU5 CME sellers at 23,245.25. Sweep and QU5 CME sellers at 23,259.5. Absorption and QU5 CME buyers at 23,259.5. Absorption ESU5CME sellers at 64.15. Sweep ESU5CME buyers at 64.15.
Somebody's getting out 5 minutes early.
Absorption ESU5CME buyers at 64.14. Absorption ESU5CME sellers at 6,412.5. Absorption ESU5CME buyers at 6,413.75. Absorption ESU5CME buyers at 6,412.5.
We got just a hot minute. And
Sweep and QU5CME buyers at 23,262. Absorption ESU5 CME buyers at 6,420.75. Absorption ESU5 CME sellers at 64.25. Sweep ESU5 CME buyers at 6,424.75. Absorption ESU5 CME buyers at 64.21.
Oh, jeez.
Sweep ESU5 CME sellers at 6413. Absorption ESU5 CME buyers at 6413.25. Sweep NQU5 CME sellers at 23,209. Absorption ESU5 CME sellers at 6,416.25.
It looks like it's going to be buyer absorption. So far, the buyers are not expressing themselves, and you had that 400 seller at the tippy top. So the sellers are it should accelerate for you, TO. Yeah, I'd lock it in, but yeah. Downside.
Absorption ESU 5 CME sellers at 64.15.
Yeah, you had that open push, which is pretty nice, but other than that, you're still holding the super trend till that breaks at 206.25.
Absorption ESU 5 CME sellers at 64.11. Sweep ESU 5 CME buyers at 6,411.25.
Yeah, I've been there myself, like getting on tilt or just even having things not go your way. It happens. It's a thing everyone has to get over. It's gonna break these lows.
Absorption ESU 5 CME sellers at
Here we go.
6,408.25.
Or at least to the 180s. 200's not giving up the ghost. This is... Indeed. Okay. Yeah, that's why you know, I don't like giving back. Like, I know my own triggers, so if I even get a healthy first 2 good trades, then I just, like, lock myself out. Right now, I'm trying to build back a PA, and, you know, I got $700 today, so I took it in the beginning with the push-up, and that was good enough for me. It could have gotten more, could have gotten less, but I don't shoulda, coulda, woulda myself. I just try to stay blessed, stay positive, stay frugal, you know. Because it could turn into this at any moment, so just be happy you get even like a direction, you know. What's up, cat? Basically, you have to remove the need to trade. It has to be undeniable for me. Like, undeniable. I'm only trying to go
Absorption
with
ESU 5
undeniable
CME buyers at
setups. So that
64.15.
if it doesn't play out, it's like, well, that was undeniable. I didn't have any emotion when I hit the button. It was like I had to do it. There's like, I was gonna short off of that sell lot up here when they had this 389 seller with this 121 seller that I pointed out at 260. When it hit some buy side up at the 280s and faded this 91 buyer, I was so tempted to short that going into these sellers, but it was the news and everything, and I was like, it's too fast. I didn't want to give back, but I was so feeling the undeniable urge to hit that sell, and I would have hit that all the way down from the top. But it's good to at least know my read was right. Like, having an accurate read, like when I said these lows are going to break and they broke, even if I had broken it, if I had taken that, I would have gotten at least one contract out and stop at break even. So even if it bounced up, I would have won that. So even though I didn't take it, it's like I'm getting accurate reads on the market. So it's about getting accurate reads, whether you take them or not. I don't care. It's just like, what happened? Crickets. Oh, I think this is my book map. Oh. What do you want, cat? Huh? Huh? It's still too hot to be clingy. It's summer. Have a good one, man. Yep. Yeah, $37 activation. Yep. Well, I don't know if the activation remains after that. So pay attention to the fine print. I'm not sure if they want you to pass it today. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure that's also. Yeah, man. Have a good one. Sellers so far stepping up here. You got like a 90 lot at 244, 63 lot 233, 78 lot 225, and they're not pulling back on them.
Absorption ESU 5 CME buyers at 6,408.5. Absorption ESU 5 CME buyers at 6,406. Sweep ESU 5 CME sellers at 6,406.5. Absorption ESU 5 CME buyers at 6,406. Sweep ESU 5 CME sellers at 6,405.75.
Okay. How's the ES holding up? It looks like same as NQ. Although they broke the breakout low. I gotta work on some stuff for my October event, so I can't be on much longer. I think I'll log off after this 30-minute candle close. But I appreciate you all for stopping on in. Always a pleasure. We will catch you tomorrow. If you're interested in the Apex, you know the codes. That'd be nice. Don't feel pressure to get any, of course, but if you were going to anyway. And on that note, stay blessed, stay frugal, stay positive, and